Well, the Raptors, they head into Chicago, taking on the Bulls. I mean, we all had a feeling this game was going to kind of go along the lines of this. Assuming Zach LaVine was going to play for the Bulls, we hear today he's not even going to play. So we're thinking, okay, so who's a threat? Really nobody. And the Raptors pretty much just trample over the Chicago Bulls, Bulls 122-83, as expected. From what you saw in their lineup, no matter how banged up the Raptors are, no Powell, no CJ Miles, Kawhi Leonard sits for rest. You expected to crush them. Big storyline, though, coming into the game, Fred VanVleet gets the start. After going 0 for 6 yesterday in Boston and having had a terrible start to his year, you really want him to get off on the right note. Now, I understand, please don't, with the whole, oh, well, he could do it against Chicago. Let's see him do it against any other team. It's not the team that's mattering. It's the wide open looks that these guys are not knocking down. They were getting their wide open looks today. Fred VanVleet, 18 points, 4 boards, 4 dimes, 7 of 11 shooting, 4 of 7 from 3. He had a steal, and he actually had a block in the game. As well, he was a plus 31 while he was on the floor. Fred VanVleet, that is exactly what this game drew up for Freddie. Exactly what he needed. Exactly what quite a few of these players needed, really. You didn't see a lot of Kyle Lowry. I mean, he did go down there in the later half of that game, in more or less the third quarter. It looked like it was something to do with his ankle, so I'm hoping that's not too much of an issue, and I'm hoping he's back in the lineup in the next game. I don't think it's going to be a problem, but you never really know when it comes to a 32-year-old vet. You don't know how bad it is or how not so bad it is. Pascal Siakam, guys, 12 points, 8 boards, 5 dimes on 4 of 10 shooting. He was all right. Played 29 minutes. Nobody played 30 minutes in the game today because the minutes were very spread out. Look, your starters of Siakam, Freddie, Serge, Danny Green, and Kyle Lowry did not touch the floor in the fourth quarter. It was all the bench guys and the 905 guys that got a chance to play, and rightfully so. And they weren't even that bad. Lorenzo Brown was all right. He had 10 points on 5 of 9 shooting. I liked what I saw from Malachi Richardson. He had 9 points on 3 of 4 shooting, and he shooting the 3. He was 2 of 3 from deep, and they were all pluses on the floor. JV was plus 14. Malachi Richardson was plus 9. DeLon Wright was plus 14. And also, guys, before we even talk about the bench guys, because they were great, Danny Green had 17. What happens when he does not foul out? He gives you a good effort, and he gave you 17 there today. Serge Ibaka continues his crazy good start to the season. 16 points, 4 rebounds on 6 of 13 shooting. Not so great there. 4 of 4 from the line. 2 steals, 4 blocks for Serge Ibaka. He was incredible on the defensive end and the rim protecting end. Also, putting one of the Chicago Bulls on a poster. I mean, my goodness. Beautiful dunk there by Serge Ibaka. And then back the other way, he denies one on the inside, and you see him give him the whole Mutombo thing, or the Biombo, however you want to look at it, Raptor fans. And I loved it. I love what Serge Ibaka has brought to this team. He has not only brought the points aspect that we really haven't seen since he's come over here. You've seen it in spurts, but not for a consistent stretch like we're seeing right now from Serge. But again, we gotta all realize what teams we're playing here. They had Jabari Parker. They had Justin Holiday, Wendell Carter Jr. It's like Cameron Payne, and I'm not even gonna. I know it's like an Italian name or something. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it. Those are their starters. I mean, Kawhi Leonard or not, the Raptors had to do this today. But the positive thing you want to take out of this. They were making their wide open looks. And I think that's something that this team has really not done over the past while. So to get in a nice little groove here, get the road victory, shoot 54%, knock down 14 threes on 40% from 3, shoot 12 of 13 from the line, 92%, rebound them by 20. The offensive glass by 1. The assists, Raptors were plus 10. They had 31 assists. We had 14 steals, 10 blocks, 23 turnovers, not very good. See, that's another problem for this team. But you know what? In the end, all this team needed was to get back in the win column and feel good. And This team was playing Chicago at the perfect time when they just had 2 heartbreaking losses, and you got to find a way to get back into the win column, and you're facing a really health-ridden team in the Bulls, as well as just not a very good Bulls team whatsoever. And you take it to them, and you get the victory, a much-needed win. Now, the next 2 games, kind of the same type of thing. You face Orlando in Orlando on Tuesday. They're 8-8. They're a 500 team. We saw what happened last time we faced a 500 team in the Pelicans. We got smoked. Well, we didn't get smoked, but we lost. But, I mean, this team does not have Anthony Davis. So let's just say that. And then on a back-to-back, you go to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. So, again, yes, you're on the road, but you're facing 2 teams that you should beat. The Magic are 8-8. I don't care what you guys say about the Magic or what anybody says about the Magic. They're not a very good team. The Raptors should run over them, no problem. And the Atlanta Hawks are 3-13, another team that you really, really, really should beat. And then after that game against Atlanta, they come home to take on Washington, then home for Miami, and in Memphis. And Memphis has had a great start to their year. They're 9-5. So after this 3-game, I guess the remainder of this trip here, as they, I guess they go to Orlando and then take on Atlanta, you got to get those victories. Guys, this team, you want them to be first overall in the Eastern Conference. We want that home court throughout the Eastern Conference playoffs, possibly even through the NBA Finals, if the Raptors can get there, of course. So to do so, you got to have the best record in the Eastern Conference or the best record in the league. So against these teams that you should beat, like today, like the Bulls, like the Orlando Magic, like the Atlanta Hawks, you gotta beat them. Period. And you come home to face Washington, having won 3 straight games. Not only, I mean, it doesn't matter the teams you face, the players are feeling good. And that's really what you want to get back into the way of feeling. Look, after that Boston game, this team hasn't really felt all that great. Obviously, the way they collapsed there in the 4th quarter, as well as the referees not helping them at all, with Danny Green and Siakam fouling out as well. It was just gone right from the get-go, the way they started, the way they finished that game. So they come in today, they get the victory, they feel good. You see Serge and everybody's relaxed on the bench, and that's what you want to see when you're crushing a team as much as they are, the Chicago Bulls, in the game today. All right? And going to Orlando, I mean, obviously, the Raptors are going to be seeing Terrence Ross again. T. Ross, I mean, I don't know how he's even doing there this year. We're going to do this live in the video, guys. We're going to check out to see how our former Raptor Terrence Ross is doing. He's averaging almost 14 a game. He's shooting almost 40% from 3, almost 45% from the field. He's having a very good start to his year. Who do they have here? They got Jonathan Simmons. No. Aaron Gordon. Obviously, Jonathan Isaac. Obviously, Vucevic. And they have Mo Bamba. We're going to get to see the youngster. So, guys, I mean, look, you can't take that team lightly. All right, no matter what they look like, no matter how they play, no matter what, they're an NBA team. They're 8-8. They've won 8 games this year. They must have done something right. And by the way, guys, I think the Celtics lost tonight as well, if I'm not mistaken here, before we wrap this baby up. They lost to Utah 98-86. So that's a positive you guys want to take out of that game. But you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoy this video, and you guys enjoy the game today because it was a must-win for the Raptors, as well as it was a must-win in a few aspects. And what must-win is in you should really beat this team because they're not good. And a must-win just to feel good, to have this team getting back into the groove of things, remembering what winning feels like, and get back into a winning groove, and maybe go on a nice little streak here against these teams who aren't very good. All right? So hit the like button if you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below, guys. What'd you think of the video? What'd you think of the game? Who was your MVP in the game? I'd give it to Fred VanVleet. I thought he was much, much better, and I'm really hoping that him being able to knock down his shots today will continue into games to come. I really, really hope that this can continue, but we're going to have to wait and see. Like I said, guys, the Raptors take on the Orlando Magic on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock tip-off there in Orlando, all right? So, guys, thank you so much for all of your support, guys, and Evan and I will talk to you guys Thursday, podcast edition. Links in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes, guys. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys Leafs edition Monday night as the Leafs welcome the Columbus Blue Jackets to Scotiabank Arena. The Buds are going to be back home after the 4-game road trip. The 3-game West Coast trip, though, That's always a tough one, coming off of that tough West Coast road trip and then coming home. It's always a tough one, that first one back. And I will be at that game, guys. Just a heads up there. So that video will be uploaded a little bit later than usual, but will be uploaded on Monday night. And as for the Raptors, guys, like we were saying, they will take on the Orlando Magic down in Orlando, 7 p.m. tip-off, as the Raptors look for back-to-back victories. They look for some more consistent play, and they look to, in the end, get a win in Orlando. We'll talk to you guys then.